BJ, Ballsout Comedy Podcast.
How are we?
Good, how are you?
Good, man. Interesting. I love it how you make eye contact when you say that. It makes me feel special. Yeah, how you doing? We're joined today by two very special guests. We've got Senorjames and Hugh Roberson.
Hello. Thanks for having us on.
I really got the urge to rap on that intro. Y'all said be quiet. I had some bars I had to get off my chest.
Little Nas vibes, bro.
You did that the other night at Death or Glory. That was fucking good. There's only two people, but it was good. Should have filmed it.
The inner rapper comes out when there's small crowds on.
How's it going, boys? What's been going on, and how's the corona treating you? And have you got corona? And if you do, why the fuck did you come in?
Let's get the measuring stick out of
I was gonna say I'm very wary of how close we are right now. Get hard with 4 meters between.
The only thing you need to catch is herpes. Will be fine. You only get that once, from what I understand. So apart from the obvious of everything shutting down, how are you guys holding out?
Oh, I fucking lost my job, but
That is brutal.
fuck it, bro. You get centerlink.
Oh yeah.
The amount, I think it's $5.50 a week. That'll be about as how much I was earning anyway. So I'm just getting paid to make fucking content right now, bro. If I get it.
So this episode is sponsored by Centerlink.
Yeah.
I'd just like to point that out. Thank you very much, government. Me and Benny are technically paying for it there through taxes. Well, this is exciting because James, you're the first.
Black person, yes. All right.
American.
No, I was going to say American, you racist piece of shit. But yeah, that's cool. You're our first international guest. How long have you been in the country for?
I've been here for like 3 years.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Because I only met you recently.
Yeah.
Through Hugh and Alessio and all that sort of stuff at apartment. But why'd you come to Australia? Out of curiosity.
The miss of it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Came here
Thing for white chicks.
with my girlfriend. Yeah. Well, naturally, it's the black man's only predator.
In his natural habitat.
Eating fried chicken. Blonde 23-year-old approaches him.
When he's not eating watermelon, the BBC likes to have a crack of white women. I've seen your movies. I'm well. No, it's like when you go out for dinner. Like, why would you order something you could make at home, right? That's what I like in porn. Why would I watch something I could do? So yeah, BBC movies are fucking best, man. Black.com, holy shit.
It's fucked because I actually feel the same way
Good
watching
production.
Black. I feel the exact same way watching Black. Like, we're very, like, the only thing is I'm like, I kind of know where that energy's coming from, but I don't know how that feels. Yeah, it's that.
Why there's all business dress milfs in it? Or?
Well, no, it's just like the intensity in which the women are taking dick is just. I've not had that in my life yet.
Well, coronavirus is coming, so now's the time, buddy.
Now's the time to just slang this.
Bucket list that shit. Actually, that'd be a great channel for porn. Bucket list. It's just the most random shit you could think of.
Yeah.
That'd be incredible. I'd watch that.
What would be on it?
Oh fuck, Flemmo probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Flemmo and Flemmo would probably start it. We had Flemmo in yesterday. It was fucking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah, we definitely should have checked these mics first before.
About to get hepatitis sitting there.
Not just any hepatitis, porno grade hepatitis. If you didn't think there was a cure before, there definitely isn't. So we wanted to get comic buddies of ours in, basically to build a profile on everyone we know and work with and all that sort of stuff. So we've got a few standard questions that we ask people. We'll start with, how'd you guys get into it? Because I've known you for the better part of over a year, just doing regular gigs with you and stuff. But I don't actually think I've had this conversation with either of you. Like, how'd you guys get into comedy?
Yeah, was it here, like for yourself, was it here in Australia? Was it overseas in America?
Well, it was over here, and actually it's a good segue into Hughes because we're neighbors. Like we actually live next door to each other. The whole time I've lived in Australia.
Wish I had a redhead next door.
It's not as good as it seems. You think the perks up was like, and my girlfriend was like, oh yeah, there's a redhead that lives next door. I was like, oh, and then I see this fight.
That's not a porno I'd watch. But, yeah, if there was a chick involved, maybe. But,
Well, on the next episode of Black Tie.
Should have had a porno chat with these guys. Great.
But yeah, no, Hugh had been doing it for a while, and yeah, I just kind of got into it just off the back of knowing him, going to a few of your shows before I had the balls to actually get up and do it myself. But yours is definitely more interesting than mine, that's for sure.
My story?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was like in uni, and I was studying like fucking arts or education, I was just real depressed, wasn't enjoying it.
Yeah.
And then I remember one day I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw like a Conor McGregor, all his trash talk video. So I watched that, and then I started getting into like watching MMA, and then I found Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yep.
And I was watching that, and then he was talking about this Bill Burr bit, famous bit now called Gold Digging Whores. And I watched that.
Such a good bit, yeah.
And I was like, because I'd never seen like a redheaded guy who had the same energy as me. Because growing up as a redhead, you got all these faggy fucking Ron Weasley types like, I'm a bitch, I got friend zone, I'm a fucking faggot. So I had no one to look up to, right?
Yeah.
So then I finally saw this guy, because I was just always this angry cunt, but I just never knew why.
Was.
Right? Yeah, right? And then I saw that, and I was like, man, this is a guy like, just saying some outrageous shit in an angry way, and the people he's attacking are laughing at what he's saying. And I was like, man, this is some incredible shit. And I'd always enjoyed watching comedy growing up, but up until even then, I never really entertained the notion of even like doing it.
Yeah. So what pushed you to do it? It was just saying,
well, I'd done
there's an open mic on, I'm going to give it a crack, or?
No, I've done every type of fucking other performance you can name. Like, I've been in, like, musicals, I've played in fucking, like, youth orchestras.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I've fucking, musicals, like, singing, dancing, acting, everything. So I've done kind of everything. So I was like, I never had cold feet when it came to, like...
Getting up and do it.
Yeah. So I was like, and I'd done quite a bit of public speaking at school. So, yeah, it took me maybe 2-3 months just writing down bits and ideas. Then I went to fucking Mad Dog in Footscray.
Yeah, no
and
shit.
got up, yeah. Rest in peace. But
I never made it to Mad Dog. It was way across town for me. But yeah, I heard that was a really good room. Shout out to Andy Chambers who ran that.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Oh, he was one of the runners. Oh,
it was Jamil and Sam for a bit.
No
before
shit.
him. Yeah,
no shit. Okay.
And then there was
They'd go loose there at certain times.
Oh yeah, the first gig I did there was like some homeless fucking meth head. He was like
sitting up the front.
No, he was like running in. He was like, when I went up the stage, he was like 1/4 of the audience. So yeah, then I was just like, yeah, the first time you do it's like just crazy, like
pure adrenaline.
Yeah. And then I didn't bomb, but I remember the second gig I did it back in Canberra, and it was at this bar called Phoenix, which actually burnt down, and then they rebuilt it. Living up to the name, you know.
That sounds like an insurance scam.
Yeah, fucking oath.
We're a serious bar.
It's already in the name.
Yeah, fucking oath.
Insurance scam and origin story. All of it.
Why isn't that a movie? Fuck.
And I got up there. It was like a good gig. It was like maybe 100 people in a bar. Ian McCarthy was actually at that gig.
No shit.
He fucking did well. He did real well. Just people were doing well. Like, it was a good gig, and I went up and just fucking ate it. And my brother was supposed to come, but he came late, and he didn't see me. Thank fucking God. Oh jeez! I just remember afterwards, I was like walking across the street, and I was telling my brother's mate like the bits I was doing, and he was like, "Yeah, this doesn't make sense." I was like, "Fuck, I know, cunt." Like, I just so fucking ate a bunch of dicks. Like, it's like I was reliving the bomb with this cunt.
Don't even talk about it. Just leave it.
Yeah, and then just fell in love with it. Started doing a bunch. So
yeah, fuck yeah. What gave you the push?
I mean, kind of like Hugh. I've always like done performance stuff. Like I played sports growing up.
Yeah.
And you know, like performed in uni and stuff, and always kind of enjoyed being the center of attention.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. But yeah, no, like I just wanted to do comedy. Like did this cooking video, which is where the whole senorjames comes from.
Ah, I was gonna ask. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then so I did the cooking video. Everyone thought it was funny, and then I wanted to like keep doing cooking videos, but I had no one to actually like edit or like organize anything. So the first time I did it, after like you know doing it legit, it was just shit. just so bad, and it wasn't even like funny. You know, just watched it back and cringed through the whole fucking 7 minutes. And
wait, hang on. What the fuck did you cook in 7 minutes?
No, like I didn't cook in the 7 minutes, but like the video was 7 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right.
I think it was like noodles. I made like 2-minute noodles. It was fucking tragic.
Those pesky 7-minute noodles. Fucking delaying everyone for fucking eternity. Damn. Sorry, I'm late, boss. 7-minute noodles.
How the fuck did I make 2-minute noodles in 7 minutes? Yeah, who the fuck knows how that worked out? It was just
trying to look up the ingredients or something. What the fuck is that?
But yeah, so I did that, and I just still wanted to perform. So yeah, it was after a couple of Hughes shows. You know, and I think you may have bombed at one, and I was like, well, I could do this.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
No, you didn't. No, he didn't see me bomb until he came to do it.
That is true, because you were doing really well when I saw you do it.
The first time you saw me was at Speakeasy in that dance in the vault.
Yeah.
Which is just a fucking sick venue for comedy.
Yeah.
Low ceiling, tiny fucking room.
Yeah. You did go off that night.
I had a good set, but I remember I had a weird. The way I like to structure my sets, like stable start, like you know it's gonna do well, then end it with a good closer.
Yeah.
And then I'll just whatever the fuck I'm working on, I just chuck it in the middle.
Yeah.
And I think I bombed with whatever the fuck came in the middle. He's like, bro, that was a good set, but what the fuck was that shit?
I think it's good to have support.
Yeah.
From your peers and people we hang out with and shit. Wait, not dude, what the fuck was that? I think that's really important. Yeah.
You gotta be honest. You gotta be honest.
Fuck yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so after watching you do it a few times, I think you even said, like, why don't you just get up and do it?
I was like, why don't you do it? Just let me know when you want to. And
yeah, and it was kind of easy because you were running an apartment, or you are running an apartment, so it was just like, I'll come through, and I just felt comfortable.
Hopefully that's still back when
Oh man,
comes back,
fuck,
you know?
the fear is real. I don't know if anyone's going to have a room in the next 6 months, but see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've mentioned apartment a few times, so if anyone's a regular listener, watcher, this is Hugh's. It's you and Alessio.
Me and Alessio.
It's just you and Alessio, isn't it? Yeah.
There's a rumour that fucking Dan runs it. Just, I don't know how the fuck that started. He did one promo video for us like a year ago, and then he rocked up late the fucking 6 weeks he was supposed to be running it. It was just like, and then, Dan runs it.
No. Fuck that.
What the fuck?
So are you guys writing content constantly, or how are you guys going about it? I mean,
like what right now with the
just
in general.
Just in general.
Like, do you have a process, or?
To be honest, I just wait till shit comes to me. Till like I see a funny scenario or some shit, and then I write that down, and then late at night after I've
made sweet no.
Not that.
After I blacked my missus. May or may not have filmed it.
I was actually talking about the oregano.
after he finishes the D.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, we pinched that from Voltaire. That's very
Nice.
handy.
I need one of those at home.
That's why he fucked a live music. It's good.
But every time he comes out, the girlfriend just goes, "What the fuck?"
Where is it?
That's because it's small, not because it's black. Clarify that, alright? Not that dark. Oh fuck! But yeah, I just kind of let shit come to me, and then over time I just like think of ideas to then keep it going and expand on it and shit. Yeah, like with my stand up at least.
So what's okay? You've said the bomb that you had in Canberra.
Yeah.
Is that your worst, or have you had?
Man, I've had fucking so many, bro. It's like
Oh, we've all had heaps, but
Yeah.
just pick. Okay,
The worst one.
What's one that fucking stuck with you and you said to yourself,
Oh.
what the fuck can I do differently next
man,
time?
you guys know Ultis, right? Adam Ultis.
Oh,
Sorry, I thought we were talking about comics.
Oh, you should have seen his set on Sunday. He just did crowd work for 6 minutes, just killing.
Really?
Just killing off crowd work for 6 minutes.
I would need to see
He
video
put it
evidence
online.
of
He
that.
put it online.
Did he?
Yeah, he
I'll be
fucking
looking at that
over-edited it like a fucking dumb cunt, but it's good, man.
Okay, alright.
So anyway, yeah, we did
Oh, hang on, just side note. I look at him like I look at God and religion. I need to see proof.
fair enough.
I know he's a lovely kid. He's a good guy, but I've never seen him do well.
When he
Like,
killed,
never.
watching Ultis kill is like an event.
Okay,
It's
alright.
It's incredible.
It is really good. I've also seen him kill, and
It's
it
an
is.
eclipse. Happens every now and again.
It happens every now and again. But yeah, it genuinely has your.
It's
your
special.
Because he's a funny
It's
dude
special.
when you're talking to him,
Mm.
so you can understand how he'd be a comic. But then, I know I'm colouring myself like an absolute cunt here, but whenever I've seen him jump up, it's all crowd work. He's like, "Oh, come on, that was funny." Like, "Oh, don't say that." Like, I've never seen him do well.
He's got good bits.
Yeah,
He's got good bits.
Yeah.
He
I'll have to look that up.
His Turkish bits. They're really.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's just got to get the reps in with his bits more.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, he probably jumps around
Yeah.
a bit too much. But I mean, he gigs just as much as fucking anyone, so
Yeah,
you're gonna get better. And he's. I mean, I saw him in his first gig, and he's man, fucking the growth's just ridiculous. Yeah. But yeah, so he goes because he drives Uber, right?
This is a fucking. Oh my.
Surprise, surprise. Little fucking Turkish cunt. So we do this gig, Littlefoot, which is in Footscray on Sunday.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Boys, got a gig for you afterwards, yeah." So we go to this. He tells us it's in like this apartment. So we go to this apartment, and it's it's like 10:30 or 11 on a Sunday. So it's already kind of the party's a bit of a fucking weird vibe.
Wait, PM.
PM, yeah. And we rock up, and it's like 80% black people, right? They're probably like 19, 20. And James explained to me.
It's a block party.
The African vibe with Air B&Bs. You gotta explain that.
Oh,
So
no.
the African vibe with Airbnbs, as I know it over here, is that Africans will either come from out of town or they'll get an Airbnb in their town, and then a bunch of niggas will stay there. Right? Like they will completely disregard all fire marshal, all fucking safety laws, and just have everyone just chill, party, and sleep there.
Yep.
And yeah, that's what they walked into. A group of white people walked into
And Dan.
and
Dan Rosario.
and Dan Rosario, but
And whatever the fuck Ultis is.
yes. They should have called me for backup, but yeah, nah, they didn't do that. And,
So yeah, we walked in. We set up a little, cleared some space, moved a dining table or whatever. And And so we're sitting there shitting ourselves, right? Because none of these, especially the dudes, it was mostly dudes, they just didn't look impressed. Because it was like, they didn't know it was a show, none of us are names, right?
No.
It was just the chick who hosted the party all just met in an Uber. He was driving her, met her, got her fucking Facebook, and she's like, yeah, you should do a show at my thing.
Bring your comic mask down.
Yeah.
So it wasn't paid.
Come down.
Yeah.
Oh, no, fuck. Jesus Christ.
Safety money or something. Yeah,
Oh, fuck. No, we should have had. So we're sitting there, I'm fucking shitting myself. And we're thinking about what bits to do or whatever. I'm talking with Leslie or whatever. And all this is going around, and the chick's like, you guys should do a roast.
Oh, no.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, roasts take like, they should take weeks to plan.
Yeah, fuck
Like,
it.
you should be like, meticulous. Like, I don't even know these fucking people. How am I going to roast some cunt I don't know his name? What the fuck? Like, so you look like or whatever, but...
Which you did.
I was going to say, fuck, I wouldn't start out strong. Fuck.
So all of this is going around, and he's asked the mostly chicks, like, to write down some story or some secret about someone else at the party, and he puts it all in a hat, and then it's supposed to be when you're bombing, like, as a last resort, go into that fucking hat, read it out, and then try to riff on it or
That's
something.
pretty smart. Yeah.
But his handwriting's so retarded. He writes like he talks. Just illegible gibberish. So, all just MCs, just, oh, what's going on, guys? Welcome. How you doing? Welcome to the stage, Fergus. Like, that was pretty much it, right?
Fergus was there.
Yeah, so Fergus goes on stage, and like right before the show starts, a pack of like 5 or 6 like woke drug dealers walk in, all bum bags, everything, right?
What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys?
No, yeah!
Everything's a fucking question. Yeah.
And Fergus knew one of them. Fergus knew one of the wogs. I was like, Fergus knows wogs? What the fuck? No, that was possible. So
Fucking
Fergus
hell.
gets up, and he knew one of them, and he goes, hey Arthur, this is like one of the wog dudes. Arthur. Hey Arthur.
Drug dealer. Clearly a street name.
So he goes, Arthur, how you doing? He's like, yeah, good. He's like, and Arthur's a mechanic. He goes, yeah, Arthur, I gave you my car a month ago. You still haven't given it back to me. That fucking bang! Huge laughs from everyone. That was killing for like a minute and a half. That was fucking killing. Killing. Everyone's cracking up.
He's probably used it for a deal.
Dude, it was fucking amazing. Yeah.
Comes back with gunshot wounds.
So
Fucking
Fergus
hell.
just kind of tries doing bits, but he could have, dude, he could have said the M word for the next 4 minutes. No one cared. It was so funny what he said. And then I think Dan went up, just kind of crowd work. For that situation, it wasn't a bomb. And then I think I went up, right? And by this, it was escalated, like you could feel more and more like, who the fuck are these cunts? Why the fuck are they here? We were just feeling like...
The tension was just
The
building.
tension was building and the patience was fucking going, you know what I mean?
No.
And I went up and I was, I'm the fucking whitest dude ever, so I was like...
The redheads lighting the match now.
Yeah!
Probably never seen a redhead before. What the fuck's this guy?
And there was this one guy who was, he was sort of rising as the prominent heckler.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And
I
when
love a heckler.
And everyone's giving, like, laughing at what he's saying. He was saying some funny shit, to be fair.
Yeah.
So, as you walk onto the stage, he's sitting on a dining table between you and the stage, right?
Yeah.
So I'm walking by and he's just death staring at me as I go, I'm like, fuck, dude. And I was going up with like, they're gonna hate me energy, which was a terrible idea. I should have just gone up there and been patient. If they came at me, then react.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my plan was to call this guy, because he had like red dreadlocks, this black dude with red dreadlocks. I was going to call him like Little Yachty. He was like this black rapper with red dreadlocks. I should have said it if he came at me. But I just went up and said it. And then he said, and then he's like, alright, Prince Harry. And that boom! That got double the laugh Fergus got.
Oh, Jesus.
And then I was just sitting there getting baked for 2 minutes. And then I was like, and then someone said, go for the hat. So I reached into the fucking hat.
What's the time frame on this? Like how?
I was probably on stage. This is maybe 3 minutes into my set.
Okay, so how long had the gig been going for this time? Like what, 20 minutes? Half
Yeah,
hour?
about that.
Fuck.
About that.
It
And
felt like a fucking hour.
oh, that was the longest
wow.
4 minutes I've ever experienced. It was fucking rough.
Are you okay?
Oh, bro, it took me a while to recover. And apparently,
Actually, wait. No, you missed the part though.
I was about to say that.
The hat.
The hat.
No, because you pulled out the hat and then you starting some shit between two bitches that were at the party. Or was that someone else? Because you said you pulled it out and then you said something and then one of the bitches was like, I don't fall asleep everywhere. Who the fuck said that? and then the girl who wrote it and was running the party was like, I don't know, it was one of them. And like pointed to the
Oh yeah, bunch of fucking waves are about to be thrown around and shit.
Fucking hell.
So when I got off stage, just with my dick between my fucking legs, and apparently while I was on stage, Dan was telling me that there was like two of the guys, and they were talking about me on stage. They're like, yeah, hey, they were talking to each other like, oh, should we run through this guy? Which means like,
roll, yeah.
Fucking rob this cunt.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And I wish Dan didn't tell me that, because I was like, I'm a hip hop fan. I couldn't listen to hip hop till like for 2 days after.
I can just imagine Dan. Yeah, I'll help you guys out.
Do you reckon Dan would be alright in a fight? Would you rely on Dan to fight? I don't reckon you could
No, long hair and fucking. He's probably got piercings somewhere you don't know about. I wouldn't trust that, bro.
So it's yourself, Fergus.
Oh, and so Alessio went up after me, right?
Oh fuck yeah, Alessio, yeah.
So Alessio, you know how he likes to do this thing where he goes on stage and doesn't really talk for 30 seconds just to build the tension, right?
Yeah.
So he did that, and it actually worked. People like shut up and went to listen to what he was going to say, and then I think one of us yelled at him or something. I can't remember who. Someone said something which dispelled the tension.
Yeah.
That kind of fucked him up. So he tried to start doing his bits. He did one joke. They start playing music, and then this fucking chick. Alexia's what? 5'6", 5'7", maybe 60 kilos.
He's not the tallest or biggest lad. No.
He's a small human being, right?
Yeah.
And this chick, she's probably like fucking 85 kilos my height, just gets up and starts twerking on him. he's backed up against the wall, just going like this. And she's just like working it out. And we all started cracking up. And I asked him after, and he was like, yeah, bro, it just felt like all the lines were looking at me, and I was about to have to kill. And there's all these dudes who like were trying to fuck this woman. Because there's like 4 or 5 chicks at this party, and like 20, 25 dudes.
Whew. Fuck.
Yeah.
Where was the black crew for that one? That could have been...
The black crew.
This is the
Black
thing.
crew.
You call none of your black contacts in that situation.
That's what, like...
You had
No,
plenty
I'm
at your
at the
disposal.
porno
And
crew.
all it just...
They weren't.
Five white Aussie comics get fucked by black gang. That could have been incredible.
Yeah, all it just didn't give us any heads up. You know what I mean?
So he's not running apart.
Dude, I would have rocked up with my fucking tracksuit, bro. I would have looked like, you know, I would have worn some nice shoes.
My favourite hip hop shirt.
Yeah, I got some good
So I
fucking
knew I had
box,
Fred.
bro. Yeah. Would have brought him.
I've got my token black guy. Let's do this.
We're cool, yeah.
I am one with your people. Yeah. Like a peace offering. Yeah.
Problem is, we would have got to the party and then we would have been there for like 5-10 minutes, and Hugh would have grabbed another black guy and been like, James, and it just would've everything would have gone down to everything.
Fucking hell. How long ago was this?
Maybe 6 weeks ago, a month ago.
Fuck.
Yeah. That actually, like, hearing that those guys were thinking about robbing me,
Yeah, that's fucked.
that fucked me up for a bit.
That's
Yeah, he didn't
fucked.
look at me the same the next day. It was actually kind of fucked.
Nah, actually, no, he's not even lying.
Seriously, bro.
You don't have my spare key still, do you?
Everything revoked, bro.
I was like,
Fucking
bro,
hell.
your people.
What do you mean, you people?
The funniest thing I thought it was because he came and told me the story afterwards, and then after he told me the story, he went to do a gig at Speakeasy, and it was in front of a bunch of old white people.
Oh,
And
Standard.
this man told me he felt so relieved, like he felt so at ease. He got on stage and had no jitters for the first time ever in his career. He was just like, oh my god, this is comfortable. This is amazing.
oh, when I got, I was like, thank you guys, you great audience, thank you so much.
How do you go at Speakeasy? Because
I did pretty well there.
That's a random fucking gig. Is the best way to put it.
It
It's
is.
well set up, but for those who don't know, you can get any fucking demographic in that joint. You can get 18-year-olds, 60-year-olds, fucking pensioners. Well, they're 60-year-olds, but like,
Yeah.
and then anything
Couples
in between.
and
Yeah, couples.
a bunch of people from out of state because it's right across the road from the hotel.
Some of them don't speak English. It's fucking
Yeah.
Like,
It's good. I love performing there.
Yeah.
Because it's one of the only gigs of the week with a legitimate stage and yeah. So I love performing. I guess I've been performing there for like 3 years now. Like
oh no shit.
pretty much the whole time most of the time I've been doing comedy. And it's you kind of learn how to you want to as a comic or as anything you want to be able to have as many people enjoy what you do as possible. So.
Tweak it so you can get everyone and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of my stuff is like sex jokes or whatever, but I think I get away with it because I'm kind of cheeky about it. Like, that's kind of my whole vibe.
Yeah.
So, I kind of, especially with like older people, like you would kind of think on the surface that I might not do that well with older people, but I actually do better than I think I would anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Oh no, I wasn't doubting. I was just curious because, like, from my personal experience, like, you never know who the fuck you're gonna get at Speakeasy.
That's
like,
very true.
You go to Gorilla, you go to your apartments, you go fucking anywhere where it's designated comedy. You know, these people are here to see comedy, and then you get up. You know,
there's going to be couples there, but
yeah, that's a fair
it's
point.
consistently couples.
Yeah, true.
And there's an art to playing to couples too.
What's that?
Oh, it's just like if you make the girl feel comfortable, the guy's gonna laugh. You know what I mean? Because he's taking it for her to be entertained for a bit.
Yeah.
So he can chill the fuck out.
I don't have to break 2 hours of silence after this. Is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Awkward silence between couples. Fuck that. No.
And what about yourself? Where, bombing wise, where's the?
Voltaire, I'd say, was probably the worst. Yeah, I just got up on stage and I don't know what the hell happened. I just wasn't feeling anything. I didn't want to. Yeah, I just started doing shit, and then like I have this thing that I've actually thought about now that I've been doing it, where whenever you start explaining what you're doing on stage, it's not going good. Just grab the mic. I'm gonna move this over here. It's
The
just,
narrator.
yeah, exactly. You start narrating yourself. That's how you
Just
know
let me have a
shit's bad.
sip. Yeah.
I was up there for like 10 seconds before I started narrating myself, and I just wasn't feeling it. Fucking just quiet, awkward silence in the crowd. And then the worst part was after I got off stage, dry mouth and just fucking feeling shit about myself. Dan gets on the stage after me, and he says, "Wow, that black guy was really, really scary." and I'm outside the room, and I'm like, fuck, I was scared. What the fuck? Like, this nigga, he called me out like that. Like, oh, it
Was that your first time there?
no, that was, weirdly enough, that was like my third time there, and like, because some people in the crew like go there and they just don't do well. Like, it's just, you know, one of those places where it's very difficult for them. But I, like, at that point had found it easy, you know? And it was like fucking, it was very weird, like getting that, you know, I've done so well here and then just do so shit, you know, the next week.
You barely bombed. Like, because I've been watching him, like, I've been at almost every gig he's been at.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, this cunt's like, his confidence must be really high. Like, he hasn't really bombed properly yet.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting, like, seeing his reaction, like...
That was interesting.
Yeah, it's a fucking, holy shit, like, it's such a hit to the fucking ego.
I'm just saying, don't be around for that. He'd probably walk up and go, I'm going to roll this cunt.
Hugh, I'm going to go through you. So we like to ask about bombing because we do have some new comics who listen to this, and some of the feedback we've gotten is we love hearing about bomb stories because it, you know, makes it seem normal and that sort of shit. And I'll speak for myself. I don't trust a comic who says they don't bomb because you're full of shit.
Oh, I murdered that gig.
Yeah,
genocided it. Oh, fuck oath.
I go, I killed it.
Every fucking gig, cunt. What?
It's not possible. No, but like, what did you take away from that gig? Being like, okay, I can do, like. For me personally, like I worked out earlier on, like I had a little formula to do. Like I couldn't have, and I know we've talked about this in the earlier ones, but for me, for example, I want to know what you guys have to say on this, looking at yourself sort of thing. But like, I worked out early on, I couldn't have more than 2 drinks. I couldn't have any heavy conversations with anyone. I could only watch a certain amount of acts before I went on, or I had to watch the whole thing, then go on to get a feel of the vibe sort of thing. What did you take away from that night in particular, and your night in particular, where you fucking ate shit? Of like, okay, what do I need to do?
I think I can answer both. For Hughes, it's don't perform in front of niggas.
I've played black crowds before though. I prefer a Kwasi shirt.
Now give me your wallet, motherfucker.
I ain't scared of you, motherfucker.
So, know your audience is
don't trust you.
4 stars.
We're going for a drive. Just come along for the ride.
check out the try booking link and look at all the names on the tickets. White Lord. Fuck.
No, for me, I realized I need to watch like a few acts to get a vibe of the room. That's like the biggest thing for me, is to not watch, first off, not watch the person who's going before me, because that I think gets in your head. Like if they do good, it doesn't get in my head as much as if they do bad. Because if they do bad, then I'm like, ooh, okay, I'm going in, you know, kind of dry. Like this is.
You feel like you got to do the work to get them back.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas if I watch like, you know, like 3 or 4 acts that are, you know, a bit spaced before I go on, I get a vibe of the crowd, I leave, I get myself ready, and then I just come back in and I'm, boom, right on stage ready to go. That's probably the biggest thing for me, because I've tried like being in kind of like the beginning of my career, comedy career. I'm like still working out what I can do, like what works, what doesn't work. Like some nights I'll have a few more drinks if I'm feeling it. Some nights, you know, I'll have food. Some nights, you know, I'll be in the crowd. But that's the biggest thing for me, is to make sure I don't watch like the first, you know, like those 2 or 3 acts right before I'm about to go on stage.
Well, that's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, I don't really drink that in general anyways, so that's not really an issue for me in terms of like having to worry about drinking before stage. But I just kind of go over like the order of my material, go through like the transitions I'm going to go through. But like when I'm watching the guy in front of me, I try not to overthink my material too much. I just try to think of, I remember hearing Bruce say it, just think about your opening bit, and then commit to your jokes. That's kind of what he says to himself. Sometimes I do like some breathing exercises or something. But one time, Voltaire, maybe like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I've been doing like this breathing exercise. So you're supposed to do like, breathe all the way in and then let half of your vital capacity, like half your air out. And then you keep doing that, maybe 5 or 6 times. And then you let all the air out of your body. And then you kind of suck your stomach in and kind of massage your, kind of flex your abs a little bit, right? And when you...
I don't have abs, I don't understand that.
Flex your stomach, whatever. Whatever, code.
Put it into a sentence. Yeah.
Flex your fat.
It's called a dad bod, don't body shame me.
You're lucky. Where'd my dick go?
Oh, fuck.
And then what that does is like oxidizes your body and your brain. But I did it too much. And I went up there and I was like, felt like I was levitating above the cup. It took me a couple minutes to get out of it, so I won't be doing that again. But
how'd the gig go?
Oh, it was just like fucking weird for the first like 2 minutes. But I relaxed into it eventually. But yeah, if I'm doing new stuff, just go over my material.
Yeah.
Again, try to stay relaxed, especially because I feel like I'm one of the more heckled comedians.
Do you reckon?
Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By comics or people?
People.
Okay.
People.
Can you give us an example?
No, I'm just saying in general.
Oh, okay.
Like in general, I feel like I'm, because I get heckled a lot. More than
But is that
than
because
most
of your
people.
pauses? Like I see when you do it, you sort of, you have these long moments of pausing between joke to joke sort of thing. You sort of stop, and then you're waiting for that wave. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm still working on my cadence, I guess, but because man, a lot of people just talk too fast.
Yeah.
In terms of, I talk fast generally, but if you're telling a joke, or you're telling like something that people have to think about, like you got to slow it down.
Yeah.
And I like just having pauses to build tension and fucking look at people and see their reaction to what I'm saying anyways. And I say some fucking outrageous shit.
Yeah.
So it's that, and I'm a fucking redhead, and I'm just, I don't know, I got like fucking buffy hair and shit, so people, I don't know.
They expect you to be one of them Ron Weasley movies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Ron's saying cunt a lot. So yeah, to react to that, like just try to stay relaxed.
Yeah.
Because man, I remember when I first started, when people would heckle me, I'd get angry. That was just my go-to thing. Man, it never fucking worked. Never. I remember I did Mad Dog once, and some guy, you know, those just yapper type heckles.
Yeah,
like it's not even to what you.
Yeah.
It's kind of just.
They're saying something for the point of saying something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was one of these guys doing that at the back of the room. And he did maybe like the second time. I was just like, bro, you gotta shut the fuck up. Like, but what was even worse, I just tried to snap into it like, oh, that was awkward. And then everyone said, what the fuck? It's kind of psycho. So I just bombed the rest of the set.
Oh, fuck.
And then
stop these breathing exercises.
I'm just gonna put a pause on my set for a second.
The chakras just don't lie.
Motherfucker passes out on stage. I'll be back next week.
But I was in the car after it, and I was driving my fucking brother's car, and it was like this old Astra, and the radio wasn't turning on, and I was like, fuck. Like, I didn't want to be alone with my own thoughts, and I started like banging the roof for the fucking Astra, like, fuck, bro, like.
It was a hard night.
It was, yeah. That's the best nights. You learn, man.
What about you, Jay? How do you go with hecklers? Do you get them? Often, or?
I get them, but I have to lean into it more.
You got to tell the story about that Voltaire the other week.
Yeah. Well, so I was at Voltaire, and just one of my bits is I say, how many times do you guys think I can say the N-word before one of you niggas get uncomfortable, right? And
That's his opener.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Room full of white people.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah, you know, it just typically goes well. So I did that, everyone started laughing, and then I was just dressed like a full drug dealer one night. like I just came just strapped, like bum bag, had a beanie on, like fucking. I was.
Actually, I've seen you with the bum bag at a pub before, and the first thing you fucking said was, "Oh, hang on, let me take this off so you don't get uncomfortable."
So everybody can get comfortable. Which is weird, because sometimes that shit changes the energy in the room. Like, everyone's like real awkward, and then I take it off and they're like, oh, okay.
Oh, he's not on duty, that's alright.
But then, so I did my opener, and then, because I knew I was dressed like a drug dealer, I was like, I'll lean into it. And I asked this dude, who I didn't know he was a comic at the time.
Yeah.
There was an old dude sitting in the front row. I was like, Steve, would you believe me if I told you that I've never sold drugs in my life? And Steve turns around and says, well, y'all dressed like a nigga. Right? And that's the energy everyone had in the room, right? Yeah. Everyone was like, whoa, what? And like, it was like kind of
holy
laughter,
shit.
but it was a bit awkward. And at that point, I got two choices. I could run through Steve.
In front of everyone.
Exactly. Never get on stage at Voltaire again. Or I could just fucking lean into it and just, make it a thing. And I did end up, I just leaned into it, fucking joked, went over the top. Oh, I can't believe this nigga, da-da-da, and all this stuff. But, I get hecklers, but, like, I kind of got to lean into it more if it's a racial thing, because I don't want everyone, it's only going to negatively affect me, Like, if I get the whole room awkward, then I just killed my set. Rather than I can just lean into it and we can all have fun with the situation and I'll see him outside later.
Fucking hell.
And I remember you saying when he said that, it's like all the tension on the room is how's he gonna react?
Mm.
So yeah, it really is kind of like
you can see it in everyone's face. Like everyone's like, what is actually about to happen next? Like
I would not expect that from that side of town.
Oh no, I didn't expect it either.
Wow.
It was like an older dude. He's probably like 50 or something.
Yeah. Which I've realized I can get on a lot with a lot of like old Aussie cunts. They fucking love me. I don't know why. I did not think that would be a demographic I could hit, but like I'll be just throwing nigga on stage, and like I'd just see some white dude in the back like, just be fucking going, bro. Like everyone would be like scattered laughs. He'll be in the back like dying. I'm just like, all right, fuck it.
You're my audience.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm actually shocked by that. That's fucked.
Yeah, I was shocked by it too.
Wow.
So white supremacy is still alive in Australia.
Still alive, still well.
Actually, speaking of that, I saw some, it's like a snippet from Four Corners, I want to say, from back in the 60s.
Yeah.
And they're doing a bit on Australian Nazis. And you had these like three dudes in a room, and they had the full get-up of the eagle on the wall and the flags. It was all black and white and shit. And but you knew what it was. And the guys. Oh, I watched a lot of World War II documentaries.
Didn't need to see the red.
No. I've watched enough documentaries. I know if something looks grey, it's actually red.
I've got that flag.
I'm not Gary Jahal. I need to get him on sometime. That might take some explaining, actually.
Jordy's like,
yeah.
oh!
I've got some shit tattoos, but I haven't gone that far. Just because I drive a Beetle doesn't mean I've got fucking anyway. So they're doing this fucking documentary thing, and it was laughable. Not the actual situation of it. It's fucking horrible. Like if you watched any documentary or movie, you'd be like, that is not something to condone. Yeah. And these guys are just sitting in there, and they're like. The news reporter's actually taking the piss. He goes, okay, so they say they've got a lot of members, but today's turnout, there's only 3 of them. So they reckon there's a few thousand members and all this sort of shit. This is like in Parramatta in Sydney, right? And they're interviewing these guys, and they've just got the most ochre fucking accents. And I ended up sharing it, and I said something like, I hate talking about Facebook, but I ended up sharing it saying, does it not seem as scary when it's got the Aussie accent behind it? And someone thought I was a sympathiser. It's like, fuck off, cunt. Like, I'm trying to make fun of this stupid shit. All these cunts are dead by now anyway, but it was just like, oh, oh, so we love what Hitler did, rah. But then you hear it with the German accent. I'm digging myself a hole, but like you see it with the German accent, like, oh yeah, fuck, they're serious. But like, I didn't expect that shit from fucking Brunswick or the fuck. Wait,
you're not digging yourself a hole.
Listen here, motherfucker. You want to use that sound desk for good, not evil. No, but it's just like, yeah, I didn't realise people would shout that shit out. That's fucking... Like, I can understand the Meteor saying it or something like that. Not some random 6-year-old cunt.
But I think when he did it, it's like, because he said it. Like,
Oh,
so it's in the room now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
They're waiting for your response, so they're waiting for you which way you're going to go.
No, Jay wasn't stamping a license for you to say, drop an N-bomb. Fucking hell.
But it was also because he was a comic, I think, that he, felt like he could do it more so than... Yeah, it's Steve. He was a comic.
I think so, yeah.
Someone told me afterwards that he was a comic. So I think he was like...
Might not be anymore. Fuck.
To be fair, shit.
He
might have corona. That was old. That nigga is down.
We'll wrap up this part in a second, but did you see that thing that Paul put up today about coronavirus?
I made that meme for him.
Yeah.
He sent that to me. It's like, you can be my media manager or some shit. I was like, yeah, I'll manage your estate when you fucking die.
He called me up today and he goes, oh, what's going on? And I was like, oh, no, what? She goes, come run this joke point. I was like, yeah, man, what is it? And he told me the joke. I was like, yeah, go for it. That's not too harsh.
Yeah.
I didn't realise you were making them for it. It's brilliant.
Let's say, what actually was it? I didn't see it.
It's,
it's like, I was talking to... Oh, maybe you get it on.
Yeah, you guys are talking like this.
But yeah, Paul just sent me like a little joke. I've only made like 2 for him, but because he doesn't know how to fucking make.
I knew he was getting help.
Yeah, he's like, it's way too well formatted for this guy.
That's why we got you here.
Alright, so Paul Sharpman's been putting these memes up of just a photo of him looking reasonably young under good lighting, and it says
doing stand up.
It says a bloke said to me, it's really bad in China and Italy because they have lots of old people. I said, had.
The other one he did was good too. They're good.
I think it's, I'll enjoy it. I can't remember the other one.
Because all these people putting up jokes and stuff, they're just putting in a status, make a fucking meme, bro.
Yeah.
Share it.
Gotta get content out, we can't do fucking gigs. That's why we're glad you guys are here, we need content.
Yeah, fucking nice.
This is like the only outlet at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's why I got 1 black guy and 2 white guys there to kill me here. I'm the oldest one in the fucking room! Don't rant, Benny, calm down.
Alright boys, we'll wrap up part 1 there.